So are you frustrated because you find yourself on sales calls with people who are not a right fit for your offer? Do you find yourself tired of having sales conversations with people who tell you that they don't have the money to pay you? Do you wish that you could be having sales conversations with more of the right people and getting yes to your offer and having them not only say yes, but pay you before the sales calls end? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share 3 things that you need to stop doing so that you can get more of the right people saying yes to your offer more often. So let me ask you a question. Do you ever find yourself on a sales call and you know that before having the sales call that this person is not a right fit? You know this because you have read the answers that they've given on the application to meet with you, and they've either shared a goal that you don't help your clients achieve, or they've shared something that lets you know that that the way in which you work, their values and your values don't align, or they've clearly said that they don't have the money to pay you, and yet still all those 3 things that you've read prior to the sales call, you still had the sales conversation. And the sales call is ended with you feeling like you've wasted your time, you've wasted your energy, and you're just frustrated. Let me know if you are experiencing that. Because if you are, I remember when I would have that same experience where I would read someone's application that clearly let me know that we were not a right fit for one another. And yet still, I would still have the sales conversation and I would leave frustrated. Now, I don't know if the individuals would leave as frustrated as I would. I remember some people would be thanking me for speaking with them, but I would be leaving so frustrated. And I realized that I was the only one that I was frustrated with is really myself. And then when I peeled back the onion, I realized that it was my people pleasing that allowed that to happen. And so the first thing that you need to stop doing if you want to get more yeses with more of the right people more often is to stop being a people pleaser in your sales. So that means that you are going to stop being concerned or worried that you are going to offend someone or disappoint someone. And you are going to be more focused on pleasing God. Wait, what do you mean, Althea? How did you put those 2 together? Well, let's read Galatians 1:10, the New International Version, that says, "Am I trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ." Listen, I know that you are a servant of Christ. I know that you are Christ-centered. And the word says that you can't be a people pleaser and Christ-centered. So you can't be concerned about, oh my gosh, I don't want to offend someone and I don't want to disappoint someone, and still be a servant of God. So the one thing that you have to stop doing is people pleasing. And when in your sales, and specifically on your sales call. And so that means when you recognize that someone is not a right fit, you're not going to say, oh, I don't want to offend someone and continue this conversation. You are going to politely tell them that it's not a right fit and doesn't make sense to move forward in the sales conversation. The second thing that you've got to stop doing in the sales call specifically is buying into people's emotional drama. You got to stop buying into people's emotional drama. So that may show up with you buying what they're putting down, right? Because what you do changes people's life. And when they have reached out to you, raised their hand, said that they're interested in working with you, their stuff is going to show up. That's what happens to us as human beings, right? Like when we're stuck, our stuff is already have us captive. But when we make a decision, okay, I am going to make a change. I'm going to trust God. I'm ready for things to be different. All of a sudden, the things that have been holding us back is going to start showing up. Dr. Benjamin Hardy says the system always defends the system, meaning that, our beliefs, our thoughts, our way of being, when we're ready to change, is going to show up and try to keep us safe. It's going to try to keep us stuck. And so when you're having a conversation with someone and you're showing up as your most bold, confident, and authentic self, their stuff is going to show up, right? And so you have to not buy into their emotional issues. You have to hold true to what they said they want, right? What they want to achieve, what they want to experience in their business, in their career, in their relationships, in their finances, and not the emotional drama that comes up, because it's going to come up. And the wonderful thing is it's especially going to come up when you're selling high ticket offers. It's going to come up at every level, but particularly as you're selling high ticket offers. And when you buy at high level, when you're selling at a high level, high ticket offers, you can begin to recognize it, right? Because you too, like we've gone through that. When we invested at high ticket levels, then our stuff comes up. And so when you are selling at that level, you'll begin to notice, oh, yep, that emotion, that's the emotion I have. And you won't buy into their emotion. So the second thing that you've got to stop doing is buying into their emotional drama, because it's going to show up dramatically. The first thing is you're going to stop doing is people pleasing. The second thing you're going to stop doing is buying into their emotional drama if you want to get more yeses from more of the right people more of the time. And the third thing you're going to stop doing, and this is all related, is you're going to set boundaries. You're going to set boundaries. See how these all relate? So you're going to stop letting anything go, and you're going to set boundaries. Well, what do you mean, Althea, let anything go? It's very clear that you have a time frame, right, of when the sales conversation is going to go, and you're going to have a very clear time in which you have created authentic urgency. I talked about that in a previous video. You're going to give them a deadline to make a decision. Even if that decision is no, you're going to have a deadline. And so you're going to set boundaries, and you're not going to let things be willy-nilly. That is, if you want to have more yeses, get more people, more of the right people to yes more often. So these three things you're going to stop doing. You're going to stop people pleasing. You are going to stop buying into people's emotional drama, and you are going to stop not setting boundaries. Does two negatives make it a positive? You're going to stop not having boundaries on your sales calls. Listen, I want to hear from you in the comments below. Which of the three struck you? When I said it brought something up for you, because that's what you need to work on. And I want you to know, if it struck a chord, struck a bad chord, you are not alone. I can remember, this is over a decade ago, when a coach told me, these are the three things out there that you need to stop doing. And I was stunned, right? I was like, what? How does this have anything to do with my sales? And it had everything to do with my sales. It had absolutely everything to do with my sales. And so when I made a decision to trust the coach that I hired and to become the person that God created me to become the person who sold with clarity, become the person who sold with confidence, become the person who sold with conviction, become the person who didn't buy people's emotional drama and didn't people please and served people and set boundaries. I got more yeses from more of the right people more often, and you will too. Listen, if you enjoyed this video, if you got value from this video, then you're going to absolutely love my free training, the 7 biggest sales mistakes that's keeping you from 7 figures. Listen, there's mistakes that you're making right now that you're not even aware that you're making them, that are costing you a fortune and delaying God's promises. And if you want to stop making these 7 mistakes, right, these 7 biggest sales mistakes, then you're going to want to grab my training and get instant access. You can look in the description. I will also pin a comment to the link so that you can grab it now. So if you love this video, make sure to grab the training. And then I want you to do a few things for me. I want you to like it. I want you to share it so more female entrepreneurs like us can get more yeses from more of the right people. And then if you haven't yet subscribed to Althea TV, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And then I will see you next time. Okay, until then, take care. God bless. Love you. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when we release a new video. Then click the TV to watch the next video. Go to altheamcintyre.com to get your free training on the 7 biggest sales mistakes that keep you from 7 figures.